On today's Community Wednesday, let's break down all the changes that happened in the Season 4 update. I was expecting more changes for the Season 4 update, but the few changes that we did get did manage to shake things up a bit. So first we'll go through all the weapons, then equipment, and lastly perks. So let's start with the AMP-63. The AMP has been hit pretty hard. It got an overall damage nerf. Before, the AMP used to be very competitive if you were hitting upper torso and lower torso shots. Now, it's pretty much only good if you're hitting upper torso. And in the second and third damage ranges, if you were hitting upper torso shots, it was going to be a below average score, which isn't the worst thing considering some assault rifles and SMG performance in these ranges. However, the one thing it still has going for it is its mobility. It is very, very fast. But it does seem like I'm going to have to start testing it against Vanguard weapons. Because I don't just want a fast weapon, I want a fast weapon that can also serve as a decent backup. And now, let's go to the MAC-10. These are its old stats, and these are the new. Pretty much, it's going to be a lot more effective at longer ranges, requiring one less shot to kill. So the MAC-10 may just be a very good pick for a sniper support weapon now. Now for the Cold War AUG. It got a slight damage buff. At 300 HP, it is going to take the same exact amount of shots to down someone as it did in 250. However, it's going to need more than one headshot to get that 2-burst kill. Despite this, it is going to be a very great weapon to use under 100 meters. So don't be surprised if you start seeing them a little bit more often. Now for the FFAR. These are its old stats, and these are the new. Don't be alarmed by the color changes. It was 250 damage before, and now it's showing for 300. The damage range just got increased, so if you liked using the FFAR before, it's gonna do the same thing just a little bit better now. Now for the Vargo. Not much has changed since the last update, pretty much it just got a buff to its bow velocity and raise time. So for longer ranges, where I recommend that you use it, it's gonna feel much better. And I'm surprised they keep buffing it because it's already a very, very good pick. All of the launchers got a slight buff. They got a damage increase. While it'll still let you down someone with a direct impact, if you miss and you hit right next to their foot, the splash damage will not be enough to down them. But what it will do is make it much easier to get that 2 rocket down. So if someone's hiding behind a corner, you could easily take them out, without wasting too much ammo. So pretty much all the aggressive snipers got a buff, where they now have way less flinch. And this is what it looks like. You can see that it doesn't kick you up that much. So if you like playing with aggressive sniper rifles, you are gonna love this. And all the heavy snipers got a slight buff. It's only 12%, but it is gonna be quite nice. So now for our equipment, and by that I mean the Snapshot Grenade. Its range got decreased to 22 meters from 27.4. And this applies to both the throwable and the grenade launcher version. So now you kinda gotta be more precise when you throw it. You can't just chuck it in a general area and hope that you'll get someone. You'll have to plan it, which means the grenade launcher is going to be a lot harder to use. And lastly, let's talk about the perks. Battled Hardened supposedly got a stun and flash resistance, but when I tested it, it doesn't really seem to work because it's still kind of bugged. When you use Battle Hardened, it's still going to take longer for your reticle to come back than if you didn't have it, which is kind of ridiculous. The perk that's supposed to help you against stuns and flash grenades ends up hurting you more. Scavanger gives you $500 whenever you pick up a scavenger bag, which is interesting, but it's not the greatest, especially when it's competing against other great perks. If you find it as loot, it won't be a bad perk, but don't equip this. Because remember, you have to down someone, finish them, and then pick up their loot. Even in quads, that's only $2,000 that you would get from it. And if you're playing aggressive like that, you probably already get your loadout within the first 2 minutes of the game. So maybe try it out in Plunder, if you really don't want cold-blooded and EOD. Hardline got a 25% discount for all items, including loadout drops. This could be interesting having at least one person in a squad running it, if you're playing very aggressively. That way, your UAVs, loadouts, or basically anything you want to buy can be a lot cheaper. For most players, is it worth running over High Alert or Ghost? Probably not, but this could be interesting to play around with. So those were all the changes. I don't expect much to happen within the meta, but we could see aggressive sniper rifles coming back slightly. They won't be anywhere as close to as good as they were before, but this may make them more common. So what do you think about the update? Are you happy with the changes, or is there something you didn't like? And if there's any weapon, build, or part of the game you want me to break down, let me know. You may see it on the next Community Wednesday. Thanks for watching.